Guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12, Episode 11 called I Don't Know What because they didn't put no title. So we're going to get started where they get started. And we have Rashida and Spice meeting up in the studio for, this little cast album, even though it's not a cast album because not everybody's on it. That's on the cast. We then have Scrappy FaceTiming Bambi's mom to thank her for helping out with, taking care of the kids. And we then have Amy inviting Ashley to Spice's event, listening party as her plus one. Ashley accepts. And then now we have Bambi and Sierra meeting up to talk. So pretty much Bambi apologizes to Sierra for, not checking up on her when she was in the hospital. And, she did admit that she missed Sierra. So Sierra does accept that apology. So now they, back to Kumbaya and talking about the drama they got going on both their ends. Sierra with her mom and sisters, and then Bambi, with her mom still being like cool with Scrap. So I guess for Bambi, it's like, yeah, obviously since they have kids, her and Scrap has kids, the mom has to be cordial in regards to all that. But I guess the mom being way too friendly, nice with Scrap. So she doesn't like all that to the point, she be offering asthma medication to Scrappy and whatnot. So understandable if y'all not together. I mean, yeah, y'all got kids, so we gotta be cordial. But I guess she don't want him and her mom to be like best of friends, like how I guess they were before. That not that they ever stopped. So understandable. As far as Sierra and her friend, girl, I don't know what to tell you. Seems like a long overdue conversations that need to be had with the actual therapist off camera and stuff. It's a lot of underlying issues, a lot of underlying trauma. So that's not something much I can talk about. But as far as Bambi and her mom, look, I think a simple conversation could go a long way in regards to that. Because her mom don't seem like someone that's like off the wall like Mama D. So that can be reconciled. We then get to Chaotic. He's in the studio with Shekinah and Jessica. I guess they're all, doing tryouts for Spice's album. That's what I'm talking about. Why is Spice's calling it a cast album? I don't know, because I feel like if you're going to consider it a cast album, you should have the whole cast on there, regardless of their music ability. Now, if you want, since you're not going to have the whole cast on it, you should probably call it something else. But, who am I? Nobody. So, speaking of this whole album thing, we have Chaotic talking about, she didn't ask him to be on the album. And, I guess he feels hurt about that. And, Shekinah, well, first Jessica raps, very vulgar lyrics. Then we got Shekinah rapping those same vulgar lyrics. And, since Shekinah rides so hard for Spice, Jessica insinuates that, maybe Shekinah want to do something with Spice. I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it past her. So Jessica might be on to something. But, Jessica be saying a lot of off-the-wall type stuff. But at the same time, sometimes she don't be wrong. So then we move. Oh, actually, Jessica asks Chaotic to be her date to Spice's party, and he accepts. So then we move on to Bambi. She talks with Sierra's mom. We didn't get nothing from that scene. We then get to Kirk. He's talking with Kai and Kelsey about his marriage problems because, Rashida's still mad at him and whatnot. We didn't get nothing from that scene. And then we get to Ashley. She's hanging out with the kids in the kitchen. Here go Lil Zane outside, creating a little picnic. Surprise, sorry picnic in the backyard for Ashley. He surprises her with it. She's not impressed. To the point, the little sorry ass balloon, she was like, can you get rid of it? He just lets it float in the air. I ain't gonna lie, that sorry ass balloon, that sorry ass looking picnic, you didn't try at all, sir. But then, he says, wait, there's more. I got another trick up my sleeve for you. So he goes inside, comes outside with like a 6-pack of like, I think maybe Angry Orchid or whatever that, spritzer alcoholic beverage that they be selling at Publix and whatever, 6-pack, for her, and, a guitar. And, he pulled a play out of Stevie J's book and, sang her a song that he wrote called, I wrote it down, Stepmom Blues. And supposedly Ashley seems like she's somewhat impressed at his efforts to say sorry or whatever the case may be. Because then she starts like giggling and laughing and whatnot. And I'm just like, are you really impressed about, like, because she's saying in the confessional, like, oh, it's not much, but him going out of his way. But yet he telling the producers in a confessional that he should have said more at the little meeting, but he didn't say much because his soul and God told him to be quiet. The D must be good because every time he talking a confessional, I'm like an extra tally as a fuck boy. But Ashley gonna stick beside him. There's nothing I can say here. All I'm doing is just like, that's why he keep playing you. You want the DNA test, but he could just do a little sorry ass picnic and get out a guitar and sing a song that wasn't even as good as Stevie J's. And it's all is well. Okay. Moving on. Ashley on the sideline. We gonna stay. Oh, okay, we didn't get to Spice. She's in the studio with Amy. Amy singing her song. She's shading Bambi, and Amy's gonna perform the song at Spice's party. Spice is trying to act all like shocked and stuff. Like, Spice, you love the drama. You love the mess, especially if you're technically not in the middle of it. Even though you kind of being messy by being in the middle of it, you love it. So stop trying to act like, oh my gosh, Spice, please. So Amy then discloses that, her and Scrappy are, talking because, she's single, Scrappy's single. And it's just like, girl, you're just trying to get back at Bambi for sleeping with a guy that she was with 12 years ago. Because if he was really serious, I'd be really looking at you, Amy, like, why? This dude got 4 or 5 kids by like 2, 3 different baby moms. Like, what? Why would you? Why? You gonna go from your ex, whatever his name is, to this guy? I mean, unless you're just doing it for, well, revenge purposes, but like sexual purposes, but not like long-term purposes. Whatever. I mean, even if you was doing it for long-term purposes, it's your life, but it's like, why? No offense, no shade to Scrappy, but like, why? So then we move on to Bambi. Her and her mom and Sierra and her mom all come together to go to a relationship management course. And, it goes well. There's not much to say from this scene other than the fact that, even though the first session or whatever the case may be went well, there's still a lot to unpack. There's still a lot to deal with on, both relationship ends and stuff like that. So it was cute or whatever, but we ain't going to focus too much on that. Okay. This episode wasn't much, but it was kind of, interesting in the last 5 minutes. So then we get to Spice's country western theme party. Everyone shows up. Kirk and Mendeecees talk. Kirk apologizes to Mendeecees for, involving him in the mess in regards to, him going to Jasmine's bar. Mendeecees brings Yandy over. Excuse me, for what? I don't know. For what was his end goal here? I don't know. But he lets her know about what's been going on. I guess this is Yandy's first time hearing about he be at Jasmine's bar. But she's like, she's not trying to focus on the drama. She's just here for Spice. And said, they need to focus on the party. Okay, cool. We then, I see that Yandy is getting more into not trying to be involved in drama. She wants to stay out of it. She will observe, but she don't want to be a part of it. So then we get to Spice. She makes a speech saying, about the cast album and how not everybody's on it. And then Amy throws shade saying, and they shouldn't be. Goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. And Spice is just like, well, the person you're sitting next to, Jessica, she's technically not on the album as of yet. Should she be on the album? And then Amy was like, yeah, of course. If since it's a cast album, everybody should be on there. However, if we're going based off of talent, I don't know, but I do feel like everybody should be on the album. That doesn't change in my head. But if we was just doing a regular album, that she might want to sit this one out. So then we get to Spice performing. At the end of her performance, she lets everybody know that, Amy and Scrappy go together now. Scrappy looking hella confused, looking like a deer caught in headlights. Amy throwing shade, saying like, "Oh, he always be looking like that." But then again, he was married to, Bambi or whatever, a deer and whatnot. Amy, once again, you got a lot of animosity about a nigga you done fucked 12 years ago. I could have sworn in the beginning of the season you just said it was a guy you was talking to or you was fucking with, but now we're coming to find out you want to say it's your boyfriend, your ex. Whatever. I understand about loyalty and stuff, but like you going this hard for a guy that look like that, once again, these guys must have great bomb D's. That's the only solution I can think of at this point, or they got some good shmoney or something. After Scrappy looking confused, he trying to let us know him and Amy never did nothing, but he's flattered that she, wants some of little Scrappler, and it made him smile. Yeah, and then we have Shekinah. She confronting Scrappy. Chaotic acting confused, like he don't know what's going on, because I guess he went to the bathroom real quick. I don't know, but Shekinah tells him like, "Oh yeah, what's going on between Scrap and Amy." So Chaotic kind of looks, not offended, but kind of like, "Oh dang, for real." He's like, "Okay, well let me tell you this then. When I was at Zell's baby mama reveal party, I done passed out in the bathroom, and then when I was on the stretcher about to go to the ambulance, to go to the hospital." Bambi kind of twerking in front of me and stuff. But when they did the flashback, she was not twerking, but she was making a joke saying, was it all this thickness? Trying to show her little left butt cheek. And then Scrappy trying to throw some shade talking about like, oh, what ass? Scrap, you can't be shading Bambi when you gave her 3 kids. You splalooshed up in her at least 3 times. And we knew it wasn't 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about what ass? The ass you was grabbing all those nights? The ass you was gripping on while you was spladooshin' all up in it? Describe it. I don't want to hear nothing. She got something. Okay, she's just slim thick. She's not slim thick. She's slim. But she looks beautiful. I love her body, her physique. And I don't know, these past few seasons, her outfits, her attire and stuff just been A1. When she was at the little course treatment thing with her mama and Sierra and her mama, I like the little, Leah vibe that she was giving, low key, high key. So, Scrappy, you can say whatever you want, but you get a girl with 3 kids. So, and you upset that she didn't even stick beside you while you was out doing your thing out in them streets. So, we can't be throwing no shade. You can't really throw shade at a person you done slept with, that you done married, and that you impregnated multiple times, the most out of all your baby mamas. So, miss me with that shit. So then, anyway, Chaotic was like, he not gonna mess with the Bam, because she kind of was like, don't fuck Bambi, Chaotic. He's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, because I got my loyalties with Scrap. That was his ex-wife. That's his baby mama. He can mess with Amy because, that's not my baby mama. That's not my ex-wife. Anybody can mess with anybody, but it's just regards to, I guess your loyalty and code and stuff. But I get what you're saying, Chaotic. I do. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, you can't put nothing past nobody. Loyalty or not. Unfortunately. Anyway. So then, after that, we have the girls talking about Amy and the Bambi situation. Spice asking if Amy's still gonna stand on business and perform the song. It goes to commercial for dramatic effect. It comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. Amy says yes, and she's flirting with Scrappy. Scrappy asks her out on like a fun date or whatever. I think she kind of accepts. She didn't directly say yes, but she didn't say no either. And then we have Amy perform, and she's shading the hell out of Sierra. I don't know if Sierra was a little tipsy, a little drunk. Because at first Sierra was just like, yeah, L to the side, L to the side. She talking about you, girl. But eventually Sierra caught on that she talking about her. So Sierra gets upset, of course, confronts Spice like, oh, this is what you going to have on the album and stuff. Da, da, da. So then Amy did say, it's on me. Spice said, I'm not the one who wrote the song. I just produced it. Spice, stop trying to act innocent. You knew what was going on. And, after she confronts Spice, she confronts Amy, but Amy didn't really give her too much energy, because then Spice came with it, followed her outside. I don't know what Sierra done said. I wasn't writing down everything that they said, but ended up with Sierra saying something. She walked out, and Spice didn't appreciate that, so she followed her outside. Of course, they doing the whole back and forth situation. Scrappy and producer trying to come in between like something was going to happen when we knew nothing was going to happen. And then it ends up with Sierra just going to the car and leaving, and that's where the episode ends. And I'm just kind of in confusion because why is this called a cast album again if not the whole cast can be on the album? I don't know. Therein lies the real question. I don't care about this drama stuff. I mean, I watch it, but why is it a cast album again? Y'all doing all this riffraff for a cast album. Amy, I mean, I guess you're putting it to pen to paper about, how you feeling, but it's just like, I don't understand why you feeling this strong. As if you was just seeing a guy 2 weeks ago, 12 years ago. Not saying Bambi should be messing with him, but I don't feel like you should be feeling this much disdain for somebody like that for 12 years ago. That seemed like it was just a friends with benefits type of situation. Now, if she was doing that with Monty, I think that's his name, Mozzie, they're not gonna understand. Homeboy, whatever his name is, I don't forgot because I think we only saw him twice this season thus far. It ain't worth all this energy. But if you're getting paid for this, I mean, by all means, I know this is a storyline or the lack thereof, but it ain't that serious, boo. It ain't that serious. But who am I once again? But that's it, guys. This episode wasn't much. Hopefully next episode is more interesting. Kendra back next episode with Jock and that. I'm gonna be looking forward to next week. Sorry for a lackluster video. Hopefully I do better next week. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, I understand. There wasn't much jokes to make about this episode, so come back next week. Hopefully I got some jokey jokes, especially about Kendra and Jock's situation, because the situation is always a hot mess. And then, hopefully you can subscribe then if you laugh next week. Okay? Comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.